and we're recording. Okay, so you believe in, I know, like, I don't want to put your words in your mouth, so, like, ghosts, spirits.
Yeah.
I'll just say ghosts and spirits.
Okay.
That's great. By the way, I just want to tell you that I actually haven't got that yet. Like, this will be my first. This will be my first one.
I guess God would be like number one.
Okay, it's up to you. It's up.
People, I don't believe in God, but I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Right. That's exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna hit the timer, and we can. I'll let you know when it hits like 5 minutes. So like I'll just say every 5 minutes, and then like if it's getting too much, you can just, because I know you've got homework there, and I don't want to detract too much.
Sure.
But okay. So you believe in ghosts or spirits? Okay. So my question for you is, what happened like in your life that kind of got you to where you are at, like, the truth claim? Like, say,
my mom, she has a bunch
really?
of ghost stories where I should have like followed up with like my grandma or my uncles.
Okay.
But my mom says that when she was
I'm gonna get a little closer.
younger, that she was with her brother. She was in Mexico at the time, and my uncle, who had passed away a couple weeks ago, came up on the road like usual, riding his horse. And they were like, "Oh, uncle, what are you doing today?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, just gonna go visit my daughters and stuff." And then they just like had conversations with him like usual. And then my uncle supposedly looked at my mom and he was like, "Wait, he's supposed to be dead, right?" And then they were just like, they just looked at each other, and then they just got really scared, started throwing rocks, and like just left and just ran all the way home. And she said that the rocks just went right through. And then she went home back to her house, which was like 1 or 2 miles away. They just ran the whole way. They told my grandma, she didn't believe them. And next door to my grandma is my grandma's cousin. And she had her daughter living with her at the time, and they had 2 twin baby girls, who was the wife of the uncle that died. So I don't know how that works.
Wait, can you say that again? They had 2 baby girls.
Yeah, so like, I guess he was like some uncle or something, and he had 2 twin girls, and he had a wife who was supposedly mentally unwell. And so he said he was gonna go visit his daughters or whatever, but they like threw rocks at him and left. And then she was home, and the baby girls were sleeping in their bed or whatever. And apparently, like, they were down for a nap for like 20 minutes. And after a while, she went back into the room to go, or the mom went into the room to go check on the kids.
Yeah.
And my mom says that she heard like this really blood-curdling scream. And everyone ran next door to see what was going on. And my mom says that the 2 babies were decayed. They had like maggots in them.
Wow.
And they were just like decomposing. And they were there for like 20 minutes. Like, they were alive and well, went down for a nap, and then when they found them, they were just like decayed. So
wow,
that's one story that she has. She has so many. So I don't know if
okay, it's probably.
But like
I think I kind of get the gist.
Yeah.
Of it. So it seems like. So did you actually personally experience any of this, or is this?
No, I wasn't born yet.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So because they told you about these things, I get that, like,
I'd be more like open-minded to believing that it could happen.
Well, right, like I get that, like, yeah, you're open-minded to believing that that's the truth, but does that mean that it's the truth?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to cross-check.
Well, I mean, because that's the claim, right? That they saw a ghost, they threw a rock, and then the thing with the babies. So they made the claim, and let me. Usually I do this at the beginning, but what on a 1 to 10 scale, how much would you say that you're like sure that you know ghosts and spirits exist?
I would say about a 4 or a 5.
4 or 5, because of their.
Yeah, like my grandma, apparently, like after my grandpa died, she said she would wake up at night and would say that he would just be sitting in a chair in the corner for like 2 months after he passed away. And then eventually she was like, "Go away, stop coming here," and he didn't show up anymore after that.
And that's what your grandma said, right?
That's my grandma, yeah. My grandpa died like 5 years ago.
So I mean, so what it seems like
but
are
for
like
me, like nothing has really happened.
Nothing has happened. So it's like, it's almost like a story. It's stories, right?
Yeah.
And I completely understand because you know, I believe similar stories. Oh boy, I'm getting close to what I'm not supposed to be talking about. But yeah, no, I get that. But let me ask a question. So does having them tell you those stories mean that because they told you the stories, ghosts exist?
No.
Okay. Does it increase the chance that they exist?
It makes me hopeful that they might exist. Although, like, I wouldn't want them to appear to me because I'd just be really scared.
Right. That seems like. So in what way would you say that it's hopeful to exist? Because obviously you don't want to see like dead babies with maggots. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. I mean, I kind of just like the idea that we don't know as much as we do. So,
I'm gonna write that down.
I mean, there was this one time where I was at my friend's house and we were sitting around watching TV, and the fan, it wasn't on, it wasn't plugged in. It just like it fell over and then it like came back up. So it was like something had like hit it and it was like on some kind of ball or something and just like came back up, and we were just like, what the hell just happened? Because we were all just sitting down. There was no pets or anything, so that was just. Would you
say that fan coming up could be explained by a ghost?
That's what I said. I was like, oh, it's a ghost.
Okay.
That's just like my explanation for things that I can't see.
Because you can't explain it.
Yeah.
So you have your story. We're long past the 5-minute mark, by the way. But we have the story, and we have things happening that we can't necessarily explain. I mean, is it not correct that it could have been like the wind or something? Like no. Well, it could be many things that you don't see, right? It doesn't have to be a ghost, right? But okay. So I'm gonna reiterate this back to you because I think this is an important thing to say. So you like the idea that we don't know as much. Mm-hmm. I think that's really fascinating because, I mean, me personally, I don't. Like I wish we could know. Like I'm a lover of, you know, knowledge. I mean, that's why I'm here.
I guess I phrased it wrong. I guess I like the idea that there's more we can learn in a way, like things that we haven't discovered yet because we don't have the capability to. Kind of like aliens. Like we don't know if there are aliens out there, but maybe.
Sure. Okay, so I think that's actually a good time to stop. So you said you were like a 4 or a 5.
Yeah.
Did it change at all?
From talking about it?
Yeah,
kinda. Like I'm kind of like, because I'm trying to like think of more stories that I've heard.
This is the first. Okay, so what did it change to?
I'd say like a 6.
Really?
Yeah.
And can you tell me like why?
Because I keep coming up with like more situations where things happen that seem supernatural that we didn't like find an explanation for. That I'm just like, like this doesn't disprove that there aren't any ghosts. So it doesn't disprove it, doesn't prove it either, but it doesn't like work.
Wait. You just said so it didn't disprove it, it didn't prove it either, correct? Yeah. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
But now it's higher.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe because I'm like in the moment and thinking about ghosts.
Do you think that it has to do with the fact that, gosh, these bees, the fact that, you know, your mom, what time is it? Your mom told you this, or your grandma or whoever it was told you about the story about the ghosts, and that got you to a 4 or a 5. Do you think that right now perhaps you're creating your own story as to, you know...
Kinda, yeah, because I thought about the fan, which time with the fan. And then I'm just like, wait, that's unexplainable. And that actually happened to me, and I was there, and I can say that, yeah, nothing touched it, nothing ran by it.
Do you think that having something unexplainable makes something else, like a belief in ghosts or spirits, true?
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm gonna say that again. So do you, gosh, I gotta go to my bus here shortly. But do you think that because there's something unexplainable, such as your fan, do you think that you know, there's a higher chance that ghosts or spirits exist?
I don't think it affects the chances of it.
Are you sure? Because that's kind of what it seems like you've been getting to.
Like, I mean,
that's what the whole story of the fan was about.
Yeah, I mean, logically, I don't think, like, whether it is or not, I don't think it increases the chance of it, because it either is or it isn't. You know?
Right.
But that, the way I feel about it, I just think that there are a lot of ghost stories out there, and there's a lot of people who probably do believe that they exist. So I don't know.
Well, great. We're at like 11 minutes now, so I think I'll stop there. I'm gonna stop recording. Where do I? This was fantastic. Like, this was my second time getting recording, so I'm really happy there. It's okay that I put it on YouTube?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Like, because a lot of people are really, like, antsy about it, and
I guess people don't want to, like, feel like they're crazy.